Hello, fuckers. I'm back. I'm Tokyo Bear, and I've revived from my long hiatus. It's actually my third take now. Yeah, it's I need a new career path. I need YouTube. I need some money. Subscribe, please fucking subscribe, and yeah, help me hit 1,000. But anyways, today it's a video for folks with still hope, with still a dream, university students or students, who's still about to go in university. For all of you who are, working in the society, fuck yourselves. There's no hope for you. You're too old. You're too old to change. So it's fine. It's okay. Skip this video. Subscribe. Maybe I'll make another one for you hopeless fuckers. Anyways, I'm Tokyo Bear. I'm an IT guy. I worked in the tallest building in Hong Kong. It's 100 something floors, not bad. And yeah, I live in a very nice place in Hong Kong. Also a subscriber of Tech Lead. Yeah, so I do live in my parents' place, but that means I don't have to pay the household work and things that non IT people do. But so how did I come here? Um, Actually, I studied psychology in HKU, in University of Hong Kong, and psychology. It's great. I loved it. I got to go on exchange. It was fun. But technically, if you watch an hour of psychology or like Freudian or things about psychology, you're a psychology student. Just go on YouTube. It's a free degree. And my general advice, I'm gonna seriously, don't study liberal studies. Don't study. No one cares about liberals, right? Social science, psychology, international relations. You know, if the name doesn't, if you don't know what it does, just like international relations, what the fuck does that mean? Then your employers won't have any clue, and that's what I realized. Actually, university, it's a scam. The part where you want to succeed in university, it's a really, how do you say, heuristic, is to maximize the fun out of the 4 years. So either you really study something, which is like doctor, engineer, if you're a nerd, it's science, law. Okay, I sound like an Asian guy. I am. Um, or just have the most fun. If you're like me, you go psychology. You go what is out there, like arts. Arts meaning not the painting art. The painting art is okay, fine. I get that. I like that. I like anime. That's good. But if it's language arts, what the fuck are you doing, man? What are you going to doing studying Swedish? What are you doing here studying German? Get a girlfriend. Get a life. Get a girlfriend. Then you will learn German. Okay. But what I meant is 99% of us, we study something that's non-general. I mean, that's general. That's not bad. What you do is you have the most fun out of the 4 years, meaning that you try to get past your grades, and then you just enjoy it. You go on exchanges, you go on parties, you try to get with girlfriends, socialize. That's actually the real game, the real end game of university, because the real learning goes is when you really get a job, and that's why some smart people like you might do a gap year. Like your European folks, we don't. Nothing's called a gap year in Asia. Only you rich bastards. But anyways, you know why? It's because your time cost is very cheap. You're worthless. You think you could change your world, but because you're a student, Your time cost is the same as the minimum wage of working at McDonald's or Walmart if you're in US or whatever. That's why you should enjoy, maximize the fun out of it. Why you almost grow to like 30 years old and 40 and you have a real job and you're like really senior, you know, you don't have time to fuck around. So, just out of the blue, there's two paths. Either you really learn or you enjoy it, you maximize it. And yeah, technically I don't I said shit about psychology, but I loved it, you know? I really enjoyed it. I got to exchanges, I got to have fun, I got to sound professional. At least psychology is like one of the degrees that among social science it sounds most professional, you know? At least we have like a doctor's degree if you're like clinical psychology. Unlike whatever you study like politics, what we're gonna be, politician, um yeah, but I think also you also want some advice on, well, I think I can't really give you any technical advice because I was always uh um a B grade student. That's not only university, even high school. I'm not a very let's say technical student. But in that sense, I think I was good in psychology because I was good with talking with people. I learned to talk with people. Um, and I think, like in school as well, the only important timing is really your finals exam, and getting in the university. I don't know in other countries, but at least in Hong Kong and most of the world, I found the hardest barrier is to getting in, Maybe Harvard's different, maybe Cambridge is different. I don't know, but if you get in, then it's usually smooth sailing. And when you get into university, um, there's a lot of like different courses and everything, and the professors they don't really like everyone. The professors they don't really teach what you need to learn. They teach what they study. They teach what they're researching. So in that sense, there's a conflict. In high school, they teach maybe calculus, maths, science, things that maybe it's closer to daily life, or things that you need to learn for business or whatever. But in universities, professors teach what they want to teach, or what they're interested, or what they're writing, like their paper they're writing. So you have a gap. No one really cares about um, was it autobiographic memory? I even forgot my own thesis. I don't remember, but or like sleep paralysis and things like that. No one really cares, but they teach you about it because they're more satisfied when they're teaching you. Um, it's actually like a hobby. You just 可口可乐. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Not a paid sponsor. But yeah, I think my most point, like repeating what I say, we just enjoy your time. I remember being in university, and half the time I was like in 1.5 year on exchange, and I was only 2.5 year in the campus. And I still get lost. I still get lost. And one moment I realized when I was in year three, I was talking to this other professor who wasn't a really nice guy. He was kind of an asshole. Um, but what he said was like, so what do you know about psychology? And then at that point I realized actually I didn't know much about psychology. I had no clue what psychology was about, and that really kind of scared me. Because I was like, oh my gosh, I'm spending so much time, my money, and then it's like there's not much to show for, so that really made me very nervous. And then I remember, okay, I'm going back Hong Kong and I'm going to take all these advanced courses, advanced shit, and I'm going to try hard. um, and afterwards, I studied, and I got B grades as usual. I passed. I wrote a thesis, even though I didn't need to. I wrote a thesis. I did the whole experience. I just wanted the experience. Then I came out and I realized, okay, like all these details I learned about the brain, all these like sleep related stuff I did for my thesis, it doesn't really stick. After it, I pretty much forgot about it. Only time to time when you're talking to someone, you got like some small, what we call it in Japanese, like mame chishiki. It's like some small, out of context jokes. Like, do you know that, if you want the girl to like you, you bring her to a haunted house, like she will get mixed up with this scared feeling, the adrenaline as love, or like some bullshit like that. So, um, I think, but what I realized, like entering like in IT, I just um got in a very junior position at first, and I was just pretty much faking it, and then getting in and learning about IT stuff, is is it, in the real like business world, or most work professions, office professions, I like white collar. I don't know blue collar, white collar professions. Is that, are you flexible? Are you capable to change? Are you willing to learn quickly? So light feeds it. And if you're like stubborn, and you think, oh, you know a lot in university, and oh wow, I know how to work, then you're in some trouble. You will get humbled very quickly. Um, and it's actually how light feet you are. If you're very smart at academics, but you're very stubborn in your ways, then I didn't see a lot of people really succeed, at least in IT. Yeah, so definitely don't stress over your studies. Enjoy it. And also one thing, if you're choosing a subject to enter, like, oh, oh shit, I love, my passion is in literature, English literature, or Chinese history, or Buddhism, or something. Oh, that's why I have to go to this university, or I have to go to that university. Oh, they have a good professor. Don't. Just graduate and just get a degree. It counters from what I was saying, but just, if you don't have the grades, to go to, let's say, Hong Kong U Medicine, but you could go to Hong Kong U, like psychology, you know, go for it. Um, at the end of the day, what I realize, most people ask, when you're talking with someone during lunch, and you're like, oh, which university you study from? Oh, I study from the University of Hong Kong. They were like, wow, oh, I know that university. I know this. That's a really good university. Then you talk about whatever subject you took. So the brand image is very important. But if you say, oh, uh, I studied a subsidiary of Cornell University in Hong Kong or something, and they're like, oh, okay, that's cool. I didn't know there was like this university, or some random university, or tier two, tier three universities. Always, if you had the chance, get the tier one university. I don't know if it's an Asia thing, or Hong Kong or Japan thing, but the brand image is very important. Big corporations, they look at your, before they look at what you studied, they look at which university you've entered. And it's kind of like saying, okay, I have a Hermes Hermes handbag or Hermes wallet, and then you're saying, okay, but my Coach handbag is more expensive. But people hear, okay, it's a Hermes. Oh wow, that's the best brand. That's, oh, it's so nice. So a lot of times people underestimate um, um, the strength of the university brand, and you might think, oh, that's bullshit. What you learn is more meaningful, or um, of course, if you say I'm going in medicine degree, that's different. But just the brand image, a lot of people don't recognize having a strong university brand image actually opens a lot of doors. A lot of banks, they only look at the top three universities in your region or in Hong Kong. Okay, it's either Hong Kong University, Chinese University. Um, I don't really know which is the third one, but yeah. So if you had the choice, always choose tier one. People remember Ferrari, McLaren. I don't even know what's the third one, right? Yeah, I know Toyota, I know Honda. What's third? So um, it's sad but true. Employees don't really care when they look at your CV what you studied, but sometimes they look at your brand image, then what you study. So remember that. Okay. Yeah, it's realistic. Yeah, you might think I'm full of shit, but wait till you come out. So I'm gonna keep it short. I haven't done YouTube videos for a long time. So anyway, subscribe, bitches, and more for you assholes out there. Bye.